You'll let it practice. Watch the mic.
We haven't filmed in a while.
No, we haven't filmed in a while. Can we do the recycles?
Do the recycle. Hello and welcome to Cooking with Josh, already in progress. Today we're making cheesy dough. Cheesy bread.
Cheesy dough.
Cheesy bread.
Cheesy dough.
We're gonna make a bread.
Hey,
bread
we are
roll.
making cheesy dough. In the next one, we'll be making cheesy bread.
What? Well, yeah. Right now we're making cheesy dough. And then after the cut, we'll have cheesy bread. So, let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right in. We got a Ninja food processor here. First thing we're going to do is add all our dry ingredients.
Hey, how's your wound?
My wound is highly, barely even noticeable. It was on a thumb.
Highly, barely noticeable.
Highly, yeah. My wound is healed from the last video that featured this device. It's got a scar. You get a zoom in on the scar. Alright, so we're going to add 3 cups of flour to the food processor. Trying to do this without making a mess. And then we're going to add all of our dry ingredients, our salt and our sugar.
You still need sugar?
Yeah, like 2 tablespoons of sugar.
That wasn't just for activating the yeast?
I don't know. But this yeast says don't activate. It says just toss it right in. So we're just going to toss it right in.
But won't it activate it anyway? Oh, yeast isn't the color I thought it was.
Oh, that was a tablespoon of salt and a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 packet of yeast.
How much is in a packet? I hate it when a recipe says a packet. How big's the fucking packet?
1/4 teaspoon.
Alright. Sleeve of graham crackers is one I find a lot. Depends how many are in the sleeve. What if it's a double sleeve?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know?
Alright, we're going to pulse this. I'm going to turn it on. We're going to pulse it to mix it. Fun. Alright, now we're going to add the cup of cheese.
Only a cup?
Only a cup. We'll put cheese on top too.
Okay.
I'm starting to worry this isn't big enough. We'll pulse that. Alright, and then lastly we're going to add 1 cup of water, of warm water. Alright, and then we're going to hit the dough function. Where's dough? Dough. Alright, it's starting to look like dough. I think we just got to hit the dough function a few times. Add a little bit more water at each interval. So we'll add a little bit more water. Try to stop it.
It seems like dough. I was surprised that it stopped itself the first time.
Alright. That's pretty simple. We got ourselves.
Where are you gonna put the dough? Have you thought about that?
It's right over there.
Okay.
I did think about that.
Okay, it's just not very close to you.
I just wanted to get it all together. Alright, we're gonna... Yeah, that's dough, right? Like, look at that. We're gonna put it in this baking pan, and we're gonna let it rise.
I think you gotta leave it some room.
Some room.
Yeah.
It's got room to go up and to the side.
Yeah, to the side too.
Alright. Ta-da!
Should the pan be greased?
I don't think so.
Okay.
None of the recipes I researched mentioned to grease a pan. You had already stopped.
Alright, now I'm filming again. Go back to where we
Give
like
this a good smell.
start one more time.
Come on, give it a smell. Can you smell it from there?
No.
Come in. Come in close for a good smell. Smell everything.
I don't really smell anything.
It smells like bread. It's got a very yeasty smell to it. I wonder if that's the yeast.
Yeah, I smell it.
So we're gonna let this rise. We're gonna put it in the fridge for about 2 hours before we pop it into the oven. So let's cut from this and jump to the next step.
Now do I stop?
Yeah,
or
now you can stop.
how am I supposed to know?
Okay, you can stop.
Alright, now I'll just get everything regardless.
Just get everything. Do it over again. How do I broil? We want to broil? Is that what we're doing? We're gonna broil? Broil it. Give it a crispy top. Like what you see on a cheese bun.
Yeah, I think broiling is the way to achieve that.
Broil.
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 I think it's when the heat only comes from the top, not the bottom. I don't know if that's the right amount of minutes. You should have a look at it. Just see what it's doing.
It looks pretty tasty. Oh man, it looks like a good loaf of bread, eh?
Yeah, it does.
So I watched G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra yesterday.
Was it terrible?
It was terrible. It was like watching a little child play with his toys, which is probably exactly what they were going for. I wonder if Battleship is any exciting. That's also a Hasbro film.
Hasbro film.
Yeah, it had like this whole fancy Hasbro at the beginning.
Sure, why not?
Because it's
Why
Hasbro
not?
film. They were going to turn Risk into a movie. I thought that would have been pretty cool.
What other things are Hasbro properties? Mr. Potato Head, the movie.
He's already in Toy Story.
Toy Story's not about him.
They could do a spin-off. Or would Mr. Potato Head...
I don't want to see it like Pixar. I want to see it like big budget action.
Mr. Potato Head the movie would be about a magic potato that sprouted arms and a face.
Yeah, totally.
And then the characters have to learn to live with Mr. Potato Head and keep him away from government facilities.
Mr. Potato Head has to figure out how to make it in this crazy world all on his own, one spud at a time. Although I would like to see Mrs. Potato Head in it as well.
That's for the sequel.
Of course.
Mr. Potato Head 2, Wedding Bells.
Ooh, how about like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but it's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head?
And have to
Like
kill
they're
each
like
other.
co-assassins, they're like competing assassins. I've never actually seen that movie. I don't really know, but you know, in theory, potatoes
Potatoes.
sounds really fun, doesn't it?
Spice Buds.
What's another Hasbro property? I bet Clue could do a new movie.
I think that's what Knives Out was supposed to be. But they couldn't get the licensing to Clue. So they just did their own thing.
All right, bread time.
Bread time! Put on your oven mitts.
Ooh, that looks good. I think broiling was the right choice. That looks like a friggin' cheese bread, yo.
Alright, how do I get it out?
I don't know.
Because it should cool outside the pan, right?
I would assume so.
something like this.
Yeah, that would probably be my method.
It's not coming out. Do you think I didn't grease it enough? Or maybe it's because I used margarine to grease it? Oh, wait, here it comes.
Ooh, okay. So it probably has to cool before we can do anything else, eh?
Yeah, next is to let it cool. I can see the steam just coming right off it. But man, does it look tasty, eh?
Yeah, it does. And yes, you can see the steam.
Well, okay. We'll come back to this when it's cool.
So the bread went in for half an hour?
Yeah, half an hour at 350 degrees. It looks like it lost a lot of its poofiness.
Let's see how it tastes.
Not bad. Definitely cheesy. Kind of doughy.
I don't think we baked it long enough. Although it's good except for the doughiness. Okay.
Probably need like an extra 5-10 minutes.
I wonder if it would have been better in a glass container. It's tasty though, doughy or not.
Yeah. There's no eggs in it, so it's like safe to eat.
Alright, well, good first attempt.
Good first attempt. Need to bake a little longer.
I was thinking about like the cheese bread we get at Superstore and how the cheese is like all inside or whatever.
Yeah.
Can we make that happen?
I think there's a way where if I like roll out the dough and then cover it with cheese and then roll it up. And then the recipe wants you to like cut it in a certain way and fold it over to make it look like a pretzel. So it's like a cheesy pretzel.
Well, final thoughts?
There's room to improve, and I think we'll do this again.
If you have any tips, leave them in the comments below. How do we make this better? Don't forget to like and subscribe.